Good morning. You're listening to Kingston Community Radio, airing on FM 92.5 and AM 920 WGHQ, Kingston, New York. This programming is brought to you by our listeners and corporate underwriters who are interested in presenting local community radio. The opinions on this program do not represent those of Pamel Broadcasting or Kingston Community Radio. Listeners are encouraged to send in $10 per month to help bring this program to you. Mail your contributions to Kingston Community Radio, Post Office Box 4364, Kingston, New York 12402. And for more information or to donate online, visit our website at mykcr.org. We'll be right back after these messages.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them?
By their clothes,
their age,
the way they speak.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America, 200 Food Banks Strong, and the Ad Council.
We are Lions. We bring hope where it's needed. Support causes that matter. Change lives. Change communities. Change the world. Visit lionsclubs.org to learn more.
My Shiro always goes the extra mile, stretches every dollar, puts others first. But now it's your time, Mom. Get free tips to help boost your retirement savings now at aceyourretirement.org/Shiro.
Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Part-time job, full-time hustle, all-time Shiro to all of us. Now it's time for you, our Shiro, to stretch for the stars. Get free tips to help boost your retirement savings now at aceyourretirement.org/Shiro.
Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Dina Roy from Hurley, and I support the Kingston Community Radio, and so should you.
You're with us here at KCR, Kingston Community Radio, AM 920 and 92.5 FM, and streaming online at mykcr.org. Tuesday, February 1st, Rabbit. It's 3 degrees. And thank you for being early birds like us. And Kingston Community Radio is also a talk radio station. So your number to call in is 331-9255. And a little bit about the weather for the next 3 days. Tuesday, sunny to partly cloudy. That's today. High near 35 degrees today now. And overcast. Right now it's about 3 degrees. Okay, so, but it's overcast later tonight with a low of 24 degrees. Wednesday, cloudy with a high of 43, so we get a little bit of a reprieve on Wednesday. And Wednesday night goes down to only a low of 34 with a cloudy evening. And then off and on rain and possible showers after midnight. Some sleet or freezing rain possible. And then Thursday, rain, some mixed winter precipitation possible as well on Thursday during the day. The high of 41. And Thursday night, rain early, followed by a mixture of wintry precipitation, a low of 25. So that gives us a little bit of an idea of what we're doing with this upcoming week. And this is a terrific Tuesday with Nina Poshchapak and Cameron Rylance.
Good morning. It is terrific.
It is
it's
terrific.
Nice and bright out.
We love it.
You know, when I got out of the house, it was like, I usually leave at exactly the same time, and there was a little bit of light in the
aura in the sky.
Yes. A little bit of an aura in the sky.
Actually,
exactly.
Yeah, Nina and I said we both noticed it Saturday night.
Yeah.
You coming out of Mass, and I was driving up Route 28 a little bit, and the light in the sky over the mountains, it was nice.
It was
5:45 exactly. I looked at the clock. I was like, wow, that's nice.
You know,
Good.
sometimes it's not the cold that really bothers you. It's just that darkness. Like,
Dark.
Yeah. So I don't mind the cold as much as if it could be just a little more daylight and sunlight.
It's sunny.
Oh, it's not bad.
It does encourage you.
Like a
Yeah.
20-degree sunny day is more comfortable than a 34-degree gray day.
Well, today was
Absolutely.
a 3-degree day.
Yeah,
Okay.
but-
Depending on what part of town you're coming from.
But when the air is nice and dry,
Yeah, you don't mind it.
it's much
Right.
more comfortable. And,
Right?
Yeah. So, would you see? I forgot where I saw or heard. Halcott Center.
Help,
up
help
in
me.
Green County, whatever, had like -20 the other night. or
Oh,
something like that.
no,
Yeah.
really?
Some like weird little basin or something.
Yeah.
All this cold air collected. Yes.
Speaking of basins, we were pretty lucky with the snow
Yeah.
this past weekend,
Knock on
right?
wood.
My two sister-in-laws live in
Stuff.
Long Island, and they had over 2 feet.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
most they've had in a couple.
By
of
all
years.
means, yeah, Islip had at least 24 inches.
Yeah, a fraternity brother of mine.
That area. Yeah.
He lives in Situate, Massachusetts.
Oh, yeah.
South Shore. He posted.
They got pounded there.
I saw, it was like for Saturday afternoon in his backyard. He's like, we got 2 feet and it's still snowing hard.
Yeah, and they're right on the water there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so thank goodness wasn't too bad. And
Wasn't here.
shout out to Kingston DPW, Ulster County DPW. Beautiful job clearing all the
Beautiful
roads.
job.
Absolutely no problems whatsoever.
Absolutely.
So,
All they had to do is
yeah,
go through
thankful for
about
that.
once or twice. Yeah.
Yeah, so which is really good.
So some exciting Super Bowl coming up, I think.
Oh, yes.
More good games this weekend.
Yeah, they were good games.
Yeah.
I have to say I enjoyed both of them. Yep. Now we have a week off, right? Well, the Pro Bowl, but it doesn't really count for
I
anything.
didn't even watch that thing.
Yeah. So
We'll see.
yeah, we absolutely will. And Cameron, isn't today today's February 1st, right?
Yes, it is.
Is it Groundhog Day?
Oh, I think-
Tomorrow.
Or tomorrow, it's 2/2.
Oh,
2-2.
2-2.
2-2.
Oh, okay, I thought it was.
This will be an unprecedented Groundhog Day because it'll be 2-2-22.
Oh, wow.
2/2/22.
Yes,
Yes,
exactly.
This happens twice this month, right? Because the 22nd of the month, it'll be 2/2/22.
That's right.
Yes, that's
February
right.
22nd. Yeah.
It happens twice this month.
Yeah, not very often, right? So, yeah. Okay, it's the 2nd of February. Why I thought it was the 1st of February. So tomorrow we'll find out if we're going to have a longer winter or not.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure.
You don't think that's
I don't
very
think
scientific,
Although
huh?
I did notice I looked at the 10-day forecast yesterday, and it's starting to look like maple sap season.
Oh, I was thinking of
Yeah.
Good for you,
Looking
Cam.
at the 10-day forecast, it's
You're one of the major producers in New York State, aren't you?
Oh yeah,
that. Yeah.
in the eastern half of the town of Clinton, maybe.
We're going to have a label made for his maple jars, Dan. We have to come up with
We
a
should
good
come up with a
name.
phenomenal
There you go.
label.
Not sure
Rising
what.
Sun Actually, we've done it in the past. There's like online, you can get free templates for like jelly jars and.
Oh, is there? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Websites. So,
But you want to make up your name and like have a logo and stuff like that.
Well,
Yeah,
I
right.
can't take. It is work, so I got Camp Rising Sun has to be in there somewhere. So.
Right.
You have to give them a little credit.
There you got it. You got a picture of a rising sun.
There you go.
And,
over a maple tree.
Over a maple
bucket.
tree, and then there you have
There
it.
you go.
Yeah.
What's going to be interesting? First time ever. A couple months ago, hired a full-time assistant.
Oh, that's nice.
So I've never had help making the maple syrup before. So I can park him in front of it. Well, I can do real productive work. Instead
There
of
you
just
go.
Stoking the fire every 15 minutes, open it up and throwing logs in. So.
And you're not by yourself all the time now,
Yeah,
so that's
yeah,
kind of nice, right?
It can get tedious just because you really can't do a lot else. You got to constantly feed it.
So you're
yeah.
usually feeding a fire,
Yeah.
like an actual wood
Wood
fire
stove,
for
yeah,
the
you open
for the
door, Throw a
trays.
couple logs in.
Do some people make maple syrup without a wood fire?
Oh yeah, natural gas. Or you can use like heating oil. I imagine big producers are using something, but they say
friend
you can tell the difference.
Yeah.
Like you taste
A wood
the stuff
fire.
outside because,
Yeah, a friend of
there's
mine.
essences.
Exactly, a friend of mine made maple syrup right next door to me in Dutchess County in Unionvale, and he always used he just stoked underneath wood.
Yeah.
And it was stunning. It was
it's
stunning maple syrup.
It's it's generally done by people that own their own land and forested, obviously, because there's maple trees on it. And maple's good to burn, so it's a ready supply of fuel there to boil it down. So keep you posted. Last couple of years, I tapped it on the second. It was like Valentine's Day, I think. It was like second Monday of February. The last couple of years, I've tapped trees.
Oh, okay.
We're coming.
That will be right after Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And how about Elks? Are we having a dinner this month?
Yeah, this Monday is our monthly drive-through, first Monday of the month. Is baked chicken, rice pilaf, vegetable, not sure of the dessert yet, but I gotta look up the numbers. I used to know it. But it's, please call. Oh, and then for Super Bowl, we're having a...
you're having your
potluck meatball brawl,
yes,
which is always fun. And any proceeds of that. Speaking of that, any proceeds from that are going to go towards our youth services.
Oh, great! Fantastic.
I don't want to say account, fund or whatever. But last Thursday. I got all sorts of Elks news we could talk about.
Oh.
Hang on, I'm still looking for the number though. Last Thursday, the Mentor Me folks. Stephanie Kresser, program in the middle school had a sledding outing at Hasbrook Park.
Oh, nice.
6:30. Several sheriff deputies have signed on and to be mentors with the program.
Oh, fantastic! Yes.
Frank Gillespie, a couple of the young guys. Barry Cregan. Barry's not a sheriff. Barry Cregan was up there.
That's fantastic.
Young men,
I'm glad
which
to
is
hear
exactly
that.
what they needed.
Yeah, sure.
So the sheriff brought a big jug of hot chocolate.
Oh, that's great.
I don't know who brought the hot dog. I think the Hutarians brought the Bruderhof.
What's that? Oh, the Bruderhof. Nice.
Yeah, brought hot dogs, but they had a little fire pit and they were roasting hot dogs, and the sledding hill was fast, boy. We were just on a lower run by the stone, the stone.
Yeah,
And you had to stop yourself otherwise you'd hit the playground, down the
hill
across the flat part.
Whoa!
It was that's packed down and icy. It was just a lot of fun. It was good. But speaking of the Elks, we applied for and have been awarded. So anyhow, let me just roll back. The drive-through dinner, baked chicken, the reservation number for 481-0752 is the number for
481-0752.
Distribution starts at 5. Yep, 481-0752. Of course, 845 area code.
$10.
$10. Yep,
Okay.
Can't beat it. Going down to Restaurant Depot on Friday or Sunday rather. We're gonna brine the chicken and be delish. Leg quarters.
Oh, those are good because they're nice and juicy.
Yeah, I'm gonna put herbs in the brine, so it's a little,
How do you brine?
Water, salt, and sugar, brown sugar.
And how long?
I'm gonna do it overnight because
Okay.
of the bone and it's dark meat, and I'm gonna put a lot of rosemary, oregano, the savory herbs in there. So hopefully infuse it a little bit.
And you cover it with the water?
Yep. Just
Sounds
enough to
healthy
submerge.
too.
Yeah, it's good.
Sounds healthy
and
with
then
the herbs in it.
baked
and
in the
everything.
oven.
Yeah.
Great.
So we applied for and received 3 different grants through the Elks National Foundation, which is paid into by all Elks forever, and then they distribute money through their ENF, the Endowment National, the Elks National Foundation.
Update us because we knew about one.
Yeah, 880. We
One of them.
were awarded 3 grants, a total of $8,000 that we were giving back to our community. The one I'm kind of the most excited about was $3,500 for veterans services.
Yes, that's
Buying
fantastic.
$70, $50 food
Gift cards, right?
gift food
Yeah.
cards. Yep.
You're doing that through Ulster County Veterans
Through
Services, right? With your
Mark Cosapoli said when asked how we had this quick. We were eligible for this quick grant. It's going to be we have to apply quick. It gets awarded quick. We got to spend it quick. First thing he said was gift cards for veterans and veterans and their families in the immediate.
That's fantastic.
Yes, yeah, and it chokes me up right now talking about it.
Yeah.
It's a drop in the bucket. What's 70 cards going to do? But better than
Oh,
nothing.
yeah. Yes, absolutely.
So, and then another $1,000 for Angel Food East.
Great.
This is the first time anyone's hearing about this publicly. $1,000 for Angel Food East, $1,000 for the St. James Church Food Pantry.
Yeah.
$1,500 is going towards a wooden wheels, a party for Mentor Me to get 40.
Oh, that's
get all the
fan-
mentors
oh,
and all
that's
their kids,
nice.
40 people.
Down on
at
Wooden Wheels.
School bus is leaving from, thanks, Sally Mulligan helped me contact with Bernie Bus, and woman at Donna at Bernie was super helpful. So thanks, Sally, for that hookup. Bus is going to leave, February 26th it is. School bus back and forth from the library to, shuttle the kids and the mentors. And then additional $500 of part of that grant is going towards the Boys and Girls Club.
Oh.
And if you see Dan Whalen, I have like 4 unanswered voicemails from Dan.
Oh, that's
Whalen
really
trying to get a hold of him. We got money. We got to spend money. We got $500 to go towards the Saturday meal program.
Oh, that's great
because they're opening and
Okay, Dan.
and they need.
Okay, Dan, call in so you know.
We have people power at the ready and money at the ready, so we need to.
Fantastic.
And if it's not him, if it's not him, I need to coordinate with.
No, he's the one. He's the one. Definitely.
Else, some other staffer.
So I have to say something. Cameron won't blow his own horn, but all of this money that the Elks have obtained, and this is really the first time that this kind of money has been given out into the community, is under your leadership. So I have to say you've done a phenomenal job, and you just took over when?
April. November.
November, yeah, so just a couple months.
I'm getting reelected in April for my full term.
Yeah, so that's fantastic.
Yeah, but I can't take all the credit. Bill Pine was covering. We both wrote the grant. So Billy Pine, who's a long time, he's practically Mr. Elk. He's been like every officer and lodge member for 30 years, and he knows how to navigate the. So. But we got it done, and $8,000 going right to our community. And there's something I'm missing, I believe.
Well, that's great, and that's a lot of money coming back into the community in a very short period of time.
Yeah.
And
we're eligible for another round of grant funding in April. So
great.
This was a COVID-related thingy they did, booster.
That's fantastic.
Whatever.
So you have actually another go around.
Yeah, which is our normal
quarterly,
funding cycle.
Almost quarterly.
Yeah. Last year we did it, and the height of COVID, we got several. I know we gave like $1,500 to Project Resilience.
Okay.
I know we sponsored a couple large meals for the first responders. I think we, whatever. Yeah, but that was like all COVID related. This time it's more.
Into the community,
back into the community.
Yeah.
Traditionally has been. So that's nice. So.
Yeah, absolutely. That's fantastic. And, of course, everybody who supports the dinners every month keeps the Elks Club going.
Yeah.
Because you're, a non-for-profit and every dollar counts, so, which is fantastic.
We're sort of we are not for profit, but we have to pay taxes, so. Yeah, because we're
more of a service group,
fraternal organization or something like that.
Is Kiwanis the same in Lions Club?
No, Kiwanis is their 501c3 things.
They're totally not for profit.
But something to do because we own property. I don't know. It's same as all Elks. They're all in the same category.
Right.
And that's our biggest annual expense is taxes.
Oh sure. Absolutely.
Insurances.
Yeah. No. I didn't realize that because I thought you were like the other service groups.
No, we got to pay taxes.
So. All right. So then that's another reason that you need to fundraise and keep the club going.
Keep things growing,
Yeah. Yep.
We do we have I'm in actually right after this I got to run to City Hall. We had our bingo and Game the Chance license expired several years ago, so we're getting that started again. So
you're going to do bingo?
I don't. Some people want to. We could, but I know there's a lot of regulations for that, like bingo inspector and all that.
So of course, Mike, those of you that know me know that my kids went to St. Joseph's, and as any private school, we had to raise money all the time, and bingo was our biggest fundraiser every Friday night. You can't imagine. We'd have over 100 people there. And then the kitchen, because they would get their food and sit down, and they would come early. And and some of those bingo pots can get quite large. You can win a little bit of money with those.
But fortunately, at the Elks Lodge, we have two former St. Joe's bingo gurus. And
you
Ray
do?
Ray Roddle and Tom Murphy.
Oh, yeah.
They both worked it.
Absolutely.
Ray
They
did.
did. Ray did it forever. Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm just worried about people want the pull tabs, those.
Yes.
The dollar chance things.
Yep.
But Elise, Tinty, and Dee in the city clerk's office have been very helpful.
So do you have to reapply and everything?
Yeah, we had to go to the state, and then we got our number. They reinstated our eligibility. Then the next level, which I know I had to go to the city of Kingston to do another, then. So I was in there last week, and I walked in, and Alderman Davis was standing there, who high school mate of mine, and Elise Tinty and Lisa Spada was by. It was like a high school reunion, class.
Yeah, right. There you go.
So sad. We're in charge now.
I know, right?
Next
Who would have
generation.
thought? So that's great. So you're in the process of doing that with the Elks also.
Yeah. But we do a Queen of Hearts drawing, and ours is up to like $500 or something. Ooh, big whoop, but
still, it's a lot.
Some like Greenwood Lake, Middletown, they get up to like 20,000, whatever.
Oh, really?
And we have this Facebook chat, and even though Ken Backhoff and Leslie Lansing, even though they retired to Florida, they're still,
involved.
Yeah, community gossip. They're whatever. There's a VFW or an American Legion in the town where they live in Florida. Their Queen of Hearts raffle is up to $181,000.
Oh my!
Imagine that.
Maybe Cameron, to those of the people listening, and they don't know what the Queen of Hearts raffle is, if you could explain very quickly.
Raffle is you take a deck of cards, 54 cards, and you put them in envelopes, numbered envelopes, and you put them on a display bulletin board. And obviously, if it's a full deck of cards, inside one of those is the Queen of Hearts. And so you buy chances. It's a weekly drawing. Every week the drawing resets. So you buy chances, and your ticket goes in the pot. If they pull out your card and it says Cam Rylance, I selected card number 11. They open up envelope number 11. If it's a Queen of Hearts, you win a jackpot. But if it's a face card, you win like $25. If it's a high number card, 5 through 10, you win $20. 2 to 10, whatever. There's like three.
Right. There's
different
levels.
If you pull your name, you're winning something, not your buck back, whatever, $5, whatever. But but it's progressive, so it grows and grows, and depending on how many people are playing, how much your tickets are.
And you can go. What's the deck of cards? 52. You go 52 weeks.
You can go the first week or
the
last week or somewhere in the middle, whatever. But
this is the only thing I don't know. Once the Queen of Hearts is chosen and somebody wins, starts all over.
New drawing.
Okay.
New
board and new. Okay.
Yeah.
So if it's the first drawing and they pick it,
it's a fundraiser. It's like 60-40 or something split.
Yep.
Because organizations do it to raise money. So
you're up to 500. That's great.
It's only it's like 10 weeks old or so. But it's funny when it starts. There's like the jackpot's nothing. People don't even play. But when it starts getting up there, people come in.
Start to play, right?
It grows faster. It's like exponential growth.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everyone wants a shot at the big
sure,
jackpot.
Sure, why? Right.
So, but it's always like then you have that debate. Well, maybe we should precede the fund, the prize money with make it start off at 500. Make it worthwhile from the get-go rather than
building it up
11 weeks to get to 500.
Yeah.
So maybe if you start at 500, it would grow faster. I don't know.
Good point, though. Absolutely great point.
Always way to tweak the system.
So now, speaking of like games of chance and so forth, gambling in New York State, right, is legal now.
Oh my goodness, sports gambling?
Yes, right, and it's like
every other commercial
is about FanDuel
on the radio, on TV. It's WinBet, FanDuel, Caesars, MGM. It's unbelievable.
So Dwayne's a big golfer and loves to watch golf. So, and I'm going, I forget who won the Farmers tournament, Farmers Insurance tournament this past weekend. But the individual that won was on the first hole, and they said right now you can bet. This was the last round. You can bet $100 and win $2,500 if he wins. And Dwayne says, "Hey, that's a pretty good odds." He said, "I didn't." So of course he didn't bet, and he did win, and he would have won $2,500 with a $100 bet. But I didn't realize that you could actually bet. And then I was talking to my son, and he was saying you can actually bet like in the middle of a game. Like you can bet like at halftime, because back in the day, I mean, you just bet before a game started, before a horse race, before whatever the case may be. But now you can bet almost
at halftime you can bet. I bet they scored 2 touchdowns in the third quarter.
Yeah.
Bet on the overtime coin flip.
Yes.
Everything.
I couldn't get over what you can bet on.
Yeah.
Drew said you can even bet on ping pong, Mom.
How many penalties?
Yeah. Oh my gosh! So I'm quite a lucrative business, but
I
never realized that
they dangle it. Free. No lose bets. Like if any team scores a touchdown, you get $100 in on-site credit.
Okay.
Get you sucked in. Almost like the classic. Like your mother warned about the drug dealer. They'll give you a free sample, then they get you hooked.
Right.
It's like sports. I mean, it's addicting.
Yep.
But they advertise the same game parlay. So if you bet, I bet $10 the Saints are going to win or whatever. Saints are going to win. They're not, but and then also, and I also bet that their star receiver is going to get 100 yards, and they're going to score 2 touchdowns. So that ramps your odds up. So with a $10 bet, it can turn it into like 300 to 1 odds, whatever, depending on those other parlays.
They can hook you.
Yeah.
So you can actually bet on actual performances with certain performers, certain athletes.
Absolutely, yeah. If the star running back's going to get have an epic game and go 200 yards or whatever, longest drive.
Very interesting.
Which golf at the end of the turn, who has the longest drive of the day or whatever, lowest net. It's crazy. You can bet on everything.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. So we're getting down to the bottom of the half hour, and I believe at 7:30 we're supposed to have Heidi Kirshner talking about the why.
Yes, it's the first week of the month, so we'll have Heidi Kirshner.
Right.
And who are some of our
Bill
other guests?
Bill won't be here, Merchant, because he covered last week on Thursday. So you'll have Cameron and I. We're going to talk a little bit maybe about the county and things that are going on. And then at 8:30, we have Nancy Shando and Taylor Brook coming on.
Oh,
talk about the anniversary of Kingston, the city of Kingston,
the annual
Incorporation.
Celebrations they got planned this year moving forward.
So that'll be exciting at 8:30. So good show today. We're looking forward to our guests coming on. And
I think I hear Heidi now.
So she'll be here shortly, which will be great. And I'll make sure that Dan Whalen gets a hold of you, Cameron.
There you go. We got money.
Right.
We got money burning a hole in our pocket.
Yeah, we have to.
Literally, the check's in the mail on its way to us. So.
Okay. That's great. That's wonderful.
Other than that, not much else going on.
No, it's been.
Although I got to tell you, selfishly, I'm going to Italy skiing in March, and my buddy. We're going with a tour. 22 people going. It's a tour.
It's great, which is really nice.
And it's through this. It's the first ski trip this company's ever done. So they specialize in high-end tours. The company's been around for 30 years. They specialize in high-end tours. It's the first ski tour they're doing because my buddy Ron is friends of the owner of the company. Died. His adult son, he's 50-something years old, my age, Ron's age, took over the company for him because it was a great gig and whatever. And they've never done a ski trip, but on my buddy Ron's urging, he's doing it. So he's going to be the ski concierge in Bormio. So he's over there. He flew over last night, was there today, or Saturday, he was there today. But he landed last night, his first meal in Italy.
Oh, the pasta
in Milan.
I'm looking at. Oh, my gosh.
The clock tower in Italy.
Oh, yes.
In Bormio, the little ancient village. I think you got it.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
That's a scar. But then, you don't want to see that. No. And then, oh, no.
The pasta looks absolutely amazing.
Yeah, shoot. Where's
so
the other
good.
Photo?
So he's over in Italy right now.
Post a picture from the mountain.
So he's over there doing a little investigating, setting everything up, and that's great.
Getting the lay of the land, finding out, the hotel, the proximity. So that's
reconnaissance.
So you'll be all set when you get there. That's the nice thing about doing the tour.
Oh, there we go. That's on the mountain in Bormio, Italy.
Oh my gosh, that's beautiful.
Italian Alps, baby.
Oh wow.
Can you see that?
Cameron will be skiing those. Cameron will be skiing those out.
Love the tree line. I'm psyched. The Dolomites.
That is.
I'm excited. If you can't tell, I'm very excited to go.
Oh my gosh!
You can't tell.
Once in a lifetime.
And we're going to St. Moritz too. 2 hours away, up and over into Switzerland. So it's going to be awesome, epic. We're at the bottom of the hour. Dan, why don't you take us to break?
Thank you, Nina Poshpak, Cameron Rylance, for this first segment of Terrific Tuesday. And you're listening to KCR, Kingston Community Radio, AM 920 and 92.5 FM, and streaming online at mykcr.org. My name is Dan Gatus. It is Tuesday, February 1st, Rabbit, and it's 3 degrees right now here in Uptown Kingston. We'll be right back after these messages.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's starting with the woots. Good thing is, he knows when he's buzzed.
Know your buzzed warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
1 in 3 adults has prediabetes. That means it could be you, your best man, your worst man. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org to know where you stand. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Dance like a dad. It's a great way to make a moment with your kids.
First, I hold my hands out like they're on a steering wheel. Then I look over my shoulder. Next, I put it in reverse.
Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Okay, kids, Dad's gonna teach you how to dance. First, spread your feet apart. Then, pump your knee.
Dance like a dad. It's a great way to make a moment with your kids. Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Shirley Stabe from Kingston, and I support Kingston Community Radio, and so should you.
And you're with us here at KCR, Kingston Community Radio, AM 920 and 92.5 FM. This upcoming portion of Kingston Community Radio is brought to you by Mid-Hudson Valley Federal Credit Union, 1099 Morton Boulevard in Kingston. Weather and forecast for Kingston and surrounding areas right now is sunny to partly cloudy today with a high of 35. So we're going to climb up out of this 6-degree hazy weather today, and we'll get a little bit of sun and partly cloudy with a high of 35. Tuesday night, overcast with a low of 24 tonight. And Wednesday, cloudy with a high of 43. And Wednesday night, cloudy in the evening, then off and on rain showers. We've got about a 60% chance of rain Wednesday night. And the same thing Thursday, a little bit of rain. We have a 100% chance of rain on Thursday. Mixed winter precipitation possible. And Thursday night at the same. Rain early, followed by a mixture of wintry precipitation possible. 100% chance of rain then, too, with a low of 25. And again, this upcoming portion of Kingston Community Radio is brought to you by Mid-Hudson Valley Federal Credit Union. Let's get back to the on-air studio with our hosts and guests.
And we're back. Terrific Tuesday.
Yes, and we have our guests in the studio.
We do. Heidi Kirshner, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to my KCR.
Yes.
How you got the heater cranked up in the pool on Broadway, I bet, to chase the chill.
Beautiful in there.
Probably warmest place in town.
It's beautiful. I mean, it's a steady temperature and a steady pool temperature. Pool temp, I think, is like 81 right now.
That's perfect.
And
That sounds luxurious.
So it's good. You get it's busy all day long.
Now I know the hot tub exploded when you had the massive leak. Was that replaced?
No,
hot tub.
Well, no, and we're going to replace it with a therapy pool eventually.
Oh, okay,
that's great.
Only because hot tubs to me, even before COVID, I always was, concerned that something could be transmitted through the frothing of water. And I mean, I have had a lot of people debate this with me, but. The bottom line is hot tubs in most public places are going away because of that, So, and for me, on a health basis, would much rather have a therapy pool, which is a pool that is heated to like 92, and it's warm. You can do different types of things for like arthritis, folks.
Range of movement and low weight, and low impact.
Parent-child swim lessons are a whole lot easier when kids are getting into warmer water. They want to get into warm, and plus for the parents. Folks coming or who are in the process of, going through cancer treatments often cannot tolerate the colder water, but are very receptive to trying to exercise because that's good for them. And for therapy, doctors will be able to come in with their patients and, work with movement and other things that they need to do, to help them improve. So eventually, hopefully, it's all about funding, getting that funding. So once we get there, I want a nice space for people to, get back into being physical, and it's just making a nice space for everybody.
Well, you guys are very good at doing that with the cardio classes that you do and so forth, which I think is wonderful. An opportunity for people who are maybe doing cardiac rehab to
get back into it. And so it's it's very nice to be able to welcome all into your facility and help everyone try to improve their lives or get better. And it's shown. I mean, with our cardiopulmonary classes we used to have, I remember talking to the person who was running them, and like she would show me, she'd be like, that person who came in, she could barely make it to her chair at the table, and now she's on a elliptical or a treadmill. And then be like, she is doing 20 minutes on the treadmill now. The quality of life that has given her at home, because she can walk without oxygen.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
For many, it prolongs their life. Their situation isn't such that they're going to live forever.
Psychological benefits, the health benefits,
quality of life.
Yeah, quality of life, and quite frankly, the cost.
Yeah.
Being healthy is cheaper than being sick, for yourself, as your own payments, insurance, and the societal, the societal cost of that, illness. So
it's great it's nice. So there's that aspect of it, So we'll get there. In the meantime, we have a great pool. We have a lot of activities going on in the pool all day long between our, different aqua aerobics, aqua size. There's like 5 or 6 different pool activities, exercise things that go on.
You guys still have the traditional lessons for kids.
Oh, absolutely.
I remember like pollywog,
right, I remember that too.
Shark, tiger.
Absolutely.
The names have changed.
The names have changed.
The kids for going through that.
It was so important to get to that certificate and that next level, But absolutely, we still have those. And we have lessons for adults as well. So if you're out there and you're an adult and you don't know how to swim and you're feeling embarrassed about it, don't feel embarrassed. You're not alone. There's so many people who in their lives just, it hasn't presented itself.
Yeah.
Or it was a generational thing where, that was just something they didn't do.
I've noticed through my camp, that people from, whether American or European or wherever, people that have grew up in urban environments don't really swim.
Right.
And that's just...
Which makes sense, right? Because you just never had the opportunity.
Yeah. It's access to a swimming pool.
Right.
Yep.
And you have to admit, for many generations, black and brown skinned people, they weren't allowed to share the same swimming pool as white. So, and that was generational. And so... generation after generation, the parents were like, "No, you don't go swimming," and it's time to change that, and I have to say, we have great guards, and my aquatics director, Naisha Scott, she's black. And it's like, so we can change this, help this history and allow everyone to learn how to swim. And if you want to we have great swimmers, and we have very diverse hurricane swim team. I love it. We have great swimmers. We have promising little swimmers. And so it's nice to see that, everyone can come and swim.
Now, is the swim team season on right now?
Yeah, it's going.
In full swing?
Going and blowing.
Or swim meet. Meet season, or competition.
They've been, again, cut back because of, the COVID and Omicron variant. It's been
schools and stuff.
Yeah, it's been cut back, but it's still going, and which is great. I think the kids need something that they have to do.
Yeah.
And so it's good. It's fun to watch. Our pool is a great facility for hosting swim meets now. We're doing our best to even, improve that experience more, especially since...
it was nice that you took into account spectating area when you did your rehab, where the refurbishing or whatever you call it. Renovation, thank you. Which is important because their parents and grandparents, the support system is as important as the swimmers.
Right.
Absolutely.
So that's what, and it's kind of good. So we've, right now, weekly, as in WEAK, we put in, we'll have a Zoom camera so parents can watch their swimmers so that they don't have to actually been in the facility. It's not as nice as we would like it, so we're exploring different options at this time to really, so grandma in Texas or California can sign on and watch their children, or parents can as well if they don't want to have to be in that pool. I want it so that it won't be as nice as the Olympics, but I want it such that they can see their child's swimming, because quite frankly, when you get down to it, what is it, less than a minute race?
Right. Yes. Yeah, right. That is
so but it's we just want to add a little bit more technology to make it the experience better for those who want to use that.
That's fantastic.
So it's fun. So the pool is really busy these days.
And youth basketball is probably
well, it's good. Yeah, we have our adult leagues, but the clinics start, we had to cancel because of the weather on Saturday, but the clinics for the youngsters started this past Saturday, and it's booked. We have 75 signed up for the clinic.
Oh, that's great. That's on Saturday mornings.
Saturday mornings at 10, which is a lot of fun. It's cute to see the kids.
So what age did they start at?
I think it's 5.
Oh, so it's
that's really
we're
great.
really teaching, and then we break out into groups, mostly based on a little, age and ability.
You have to have special little hoops.
We do.
For the 5-year-olds, yes.
We do, but a lot of it's to begin with is, learning how to dribble, learning your coordination, learning the terms. It's passing in a controlled manner.
In a controlled manner. That's the trick.
But we have
where you want to pass it to.
And we have volunteers that help with it. We're lucky enough that we got sponsored with a grant, so the whole thing is free to the kids. There is no cost. So it's a nice it's a really nice series of clinics. And
when does that run, Heidi?
I think it's 6 to 8 weeks.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
that's
great.
So they'll bring
Yep.
I had a follow-up question about the adult swimming. I slipped my mind. Can you go join at any time, or do you have to wait for a cycle of lessons, or?
Well, there is a cycle of lessons. It depends on what you're looking for. Now, if you're looking for a private instruction, you can sign up at any time. And then you can kind of figure out what works for your schedule. If you're signing up for lessons that are already in place, you can decide whether you step in at that point in time or wait until a new session starts. You might miss a couple of weeks of classes. So some people don't care.
Yeah.
Other people want the whole kit and caboodle.
Yep.
So
there's flexibility in there. So okay.
Absolutely.
How is your swimming safety program? I know you were.
So
how was that
I
going?
love that. We're kind of waiting for a little bit of warmer weather to come. We've put in for a couple of grants, and hopefully we'll get them. But yeah, come spring, we're going to be out and about all over the place. I hope to get in a lot of community facilities, and then I'll be knocking on the door, possibly at some churches, to see if you have your Sunday morning gathering after services with coffee and tea. If I might be able to just take up a little bit of time for those who are interested. But no, we're going to get out and about because. Drownings for the most part are preventable. And if more people know about it, they can help their friends or family members who are in that condition and need quick help. So we're really gonna pour it on.
That should really be part of the curriculum in a phys ed class. State curriculum that you do a water safety, even if it's
I remember when the pool was built, we had to swim. I don't know. Maybe that's just Kingston High School had a pool, but I thought that was.
Yeah, but even just the water
all
safety.
over
Just the water safety
Yeah.
aspect of it could be. We're actually, we've kind of, because of COVID, we've kind of, haven't reactivated yet, but we're partnering with the Kingston City School Districts to provide swim lessons to all of the elementary children in the Kingston City School District. Wow. So we're starting at the elementary school, and so we'll go school by school, opening it up for children to come in on Friday nights, either at the high school, probably be at the Y at this point in time, because I think the high school pool has to have some work done, but to have swim lessons.
Available. Wow.
That's fantastic.
It is fantastic. Yes. And I mean, the school district, for the most part, is covering the cost of this. Yes. And so they're committed as well. You do have swim lessons when you get to ninth grade, but a lot of times it's really tough for a ninth grader who doesn't know how to swim to get in the water. You're very self-conscious about your lack of skills, and it makes it
ninth grader.
Yeah.
In the pool
it's just one of those things that
it's just like handing somebody a baseball bat at 5 years old or handing it to them at 13 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the time they reach 13, they're going to be swinging that bat.
Right.
So same type of thought process.
Yeah, so
there.
it's kind of, but it's nice, and then you look and see how well it worked. But this is one of those things you can't stop. You have to continue to see what's going to work in your community, because people respond in all different ways. And
Yes.
But I'm telling you, it can be, most of our drownings can be avoided. And even if you're in that situation, if your friends who are with you know what to do,
That's very true.
you can avoid the situation. Either they can respond, or they can keep an individual from making choices that might not be so good. And so, so that's the charge, is to get this out there for people to know, and however we can do it, we're going to do it.
So anyone who's listening and thinks they might have a venue.
Oh, yeah, call.
Yes, call the Y.
845-338-3810. And Naisha Scott is my aquatics director, awesome woman, or myself, Heidi Kirshner. So, we're eager, to get this out into our communities. And it's nice when the kids start doing it, because then they usually keep their parents in check.
Amazing what kids can do. Absolutely.
Lifeguard training.
Yeah, that's coming up as well.
Good. That's potentially huge.
Yes, absolutely. And absolutely.
It's a great opportunity. You have summer off.
Yep.
Take lifeguard training.
Yep.
You make money.
Yep.
Yes.
It can be very stressful, and it can be terrifying, but it can be a nice way to.
Well, learning,
earn some money.
the thing. You're right. It's a big responsibility, and unfortunately, a lot of organizations, look at it and say, that person's getting sun. They're sitting in the chair all day. But if one incident happened and that guard saved a person from, a bad situation, then you there's no value for that.
My son had to jump off and yank a kid off the bottom of a pool a couple years ago. It scared the heck out of him.
Yes, it does.
It was terrifying.
It scares the heck out of anyone, but that's why, taking the classes, take it seriously. learn the skills, learn the drills that they're telling you. And then the big thing is, as guards, practice. Go 10 minutes early for your shift and go practice something. Because some of those skills, if they're not, innate, you got to learn how to maneuver a tube to help you so you don't hurt yourself when you're making a save. And just practice. Yep. And it's really worth it. And if you're confident with your skills, that angst goes down an awful lot, because you know that what you're doing meets the protocol. And, you're 98% sure that you're going to identify and correct a problem.
Yeah, and your vigilance will take care of the rest.
Yes, absolutely. And again, now it's hard because a lot of these pools are smaller pools and there's only one guard. When you have a bigger pool and there's two guards, you know that two guards are scanning the pool, even though you have certain
positions and
but it makes it hard with the smaller pools that there's only one guard. So take your break, get people out of the pool. Practice your skills. Nothing wrong with practicing a skill. There's lots of people in the pool who might like practicing skills, especially the younger kids. Yeah. Practice your skills before you start. So it's a great way for young kids to make money. It's a great way for young kids to learn about responsibility. Usually if you're a single guard in a pool, you're also responsible for, testing the water, seeing what the pH level is or the chlorine level, making sure it's within the range. If it's not, you may be tasked to do something about it, or at least call someone to do something about it.
Mandatory logbook reporting.
So it teaches kids responsibilities for doing things, and identifying, okay, we're down to this level of chlorine. It's probably time to order. Maybe some kids do the ordering. I don't know if that's the case or not, but it's a great summer job to teach kids responsibility.
So when does lifeguarding start? Like, when can they sign up for the course?
There'll be courses posted. They're not yet, but throughout the spring we have courses because there are so many camps that call us asking for lifeguards. So we'll start that lifeguard training.
Country clubs, apartment buildings.
Oh, everything. Yes.
Yeah. So, and and CPR training as well. That's required. Right now we've just finished a whole slew of CPR training for our after-school staff, because that's a requirement for after school, is that you need your CPR, So we've just finished that. So, there's, it's all good. It's kind of a pain in the neck when you say, I got to do this. But it's good for you. It's good for a young person to have those skills.
And how long does the lifeguarding course go? Is it like 3 weeks? Is it one time?
It depends. You can, if it depends. You can spread it out over the course of 8 to 10 weeks, or you can jam it into 1 week. But that would mean they'd have to be available every single day for a period of time. There's also one other thing that they're doing now it's called blended learning. So the individuals can do their book work, watch videos on their own. And that might be 25 hours worth. And then their skill testing and everything else, learning the skills, practicing the drills, that might be another 20 hours or 25 hours. And that's all that has to be done at the pool. Yeah, so that kind of makes it easier on everyone. So if you're home at night, 9 o'clock to 10:30 or something, you can do the blended aspect of it and then, work on the other one. So that's probably our most popular version right now because of the time.
Right.
Yeah. And so, but that's coming up. All sorts of other activities coming up. We've got great new exercise classes. We've got classes going on at the Y, pickleball classes going on at the Y. Pickleball itself is going on at the Y.
That's become quite a popular sport. I don't know how many are in the league, but
it's huge.
Yes, right?
We hit in the leagues, because they're in the mornings. But yesterday, I shouldn't say late, evening, it was nice. I saw a family playing pickleball in our lower gym because we have a court down there. It was a family, a father, a child. Maybe the boy was 9. I'm hoping he's not listening. 10, and then his younger sister, and they were playing pickleball. So it is, it's a sport because it's easy to pick up that you can play regardless of age, so that makes it nice. So we have that going on. Of course, our volleyball leagues are going on. Our ladies basketball league started last night. Our spring break.
Wow. Is that age limit, or what's the age of the women?
I think it's young women. I think maybe up to 30 or so.
Wow.
So that's nice.
How many teams?
I'm thinking 6.
Wow.
So I didn't get to pop my head into the gym last night because I had to go to another meeting. But no, that's really cool. I enjoy that an awful lot. I like watching the ladies play. It's fun, and so we have that, and then we've got our running clinics coming up. Actually, they start in May, and our Kids Classic, they start in March and go through April. Our Kids Classic is early May, so that's coming up as well. Those are free clinics for kids, so sign up. You could finish with the Kids Classic. We have great spring break activities coming up. We'll have activities, probably a spring break camp because it's in April up at Seawalk. We'll have our regular program at the Y. We're going to have a couple of flickin' floats, which means movie in the pool for families.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, it's I think Luca
Not
and
watching Titanic or anything.
No.
Jaws would be perfect.
Yeah, we have Luca.
Somebody swimming underneath, grabbing people's legs.
And I think what is it, Akana, or the latest Disney movies? Akana from Brazil.
Pacific? Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then, so then we'll have yoga for families. We'll do some pickleball for families. We're going to have a dance class for families. The families can come and do a little work at the farm if they want to. It's kind of just try to make it a nice week. For people to come out and get into spring. Let's hope it's spring by then.
Yeah.
All these wonderful activities you're talking about, people can go right on the website.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They'll be up shortly. I haven't put them up quite yet because it still is a little bit early.
Right.
But, so there'll be a lot of great activities going on, especially, in the springtime. It's nice to have. But in the meantime, during this cold weather, it's nice to be indoors. It's funny. Yesterday, oh, my gosh, we probably had 200 plus kids
after school.
Oh, it was great. The spaces were full, and they were well behaved.
I love cold days, right?
Yeah,
Gets them into the Y.
Yeah. And so they're there. It's really nice because we want our kids doing stuff like you want them at the Boys and Girls Club, you want them at the Roundout Center, at the Y, you want them doing stuff, or CCE, you want them doing stuff. And so it's nice when, you're full. If I go to my gyms were full, my weight rooms were full, and it was just great.
I imagine,
which is wonderful.
I think, I was talking to my nephew, Vlad, the high school football team's working out as a group, right? Are they doing that at the Y?
So they're probably they're the ones I see in the weight room.
Yeah.
It's funny because there's all sorts in the weight room. God bless them. You have the little 9th and 10th year old, and they haven't, they just haven't started to build muscles yet.
Yeah, well,
and they're trying to lift some weights, but it's great because all the other guys are there supporting them.
Yeah, right.
My nephew, he's tall and skinny, a beanpole. He's like, I'm bulking up, Uncle Cam. I was like, oh yeah, Vlad, you're getting jacked. It's
you
like,
will,
sorry,
and you know what's going to help him for golf.
Yes,
that's really going to help him when he goes to play golf.
If my sister can afford to feed him,
yeah.
The kid can eat.
Yeah,
but I'm bulking up, Uncle Cam.
It will be good because that will help his power, for his drives. Very exciting.
Yeah.
But it's nice to see. I like it because our kids at the Y, they're just really good kids. Very respectful. They have a lot of energy at times, and you just have
they're
to.
in a safe environment.
You have to remind them that you don't want them to get hurt. And
break anything.
Yeah, when they're with their their other friends too, but the kids are really good. I have to say, our kids are good.
Testament to your staff too, being able to, let them have fun, but keep things in line.
And boy, do they hate this mask rule. And I don't blame them, so it's constant reminders, but they're very good about it. I know they hate it. Don't we all? You know, yes. And let's hope this variant goes away soon so we can get rid of it. You know, it's hard. A lot of people don't understand, you know, why I impose it. But I have very young kids and very old people in my facility that I feel obligated to protect. Yeah. You know, and so
that's what you always have to keep in mind. I'm not worried about protecting you. It's your grandparents or it's your little
very
neighbor,
young.
The little baby, and
you
know that's
most people don't. A lot of people who. I mean, at that one time, there was a gap of like 6 hours where there was no mask mandate. I had like 4 to 5 emails sent to me to tell me to get rid of my rule about masks, and I was like, well, I'm going to hold back right now because I bet you it's going to
come right back. Yeah, and it did right back around.
You know, but let's just hope it goes quickly.
Yeah. Yep.
So, but. Yeah, and I know we're in the middle of winter, but our camp registration opportunities are open. So you can go to our website, ymcaulster.org, look up camps, and we've got 4 camps you can choose from. You can register away.
Sign up now before it gets full.
We have a lot of registrations already.
Yeah,
a lot.
Parents think about summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
It comes quickly.
Yep. Okay.
Comes very quickly.
All right. Well, unfortunately, Dan's giving us a signal here.
Wow.
So we're top of the hour.
All
I know.
right.
It's awesome. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, thank you.
Keep up the good work. And we'll see you in a month.
All right. Awesome.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right, Dan.
Thank you, Heidi Kirshner and Nina Poschapak and Cameron Rylance and all the amazing programs for youth, young people, middle age, and seniors. All the amazing programs that are available at the YMCA here in Ulster County, right here in Kingston, right off Broadway. And many thanks to you for listening and contributing to Kingston Community Radio. This is Kingston Community Radio, WGHQ, AM 920 and 92.5 FM. And it is Tuesday, February 1st, 6 degrees right now here in Uptown Kingston. This last portion of Kingston Community Radio has been brought to you by Mid-Hudson Valley Federal Credit Union. 1099 Morton Boulevard in Kingston is their main office. We'll be right back after these messages.
You got me! The galaxy is safe once again.
Sometimes kids play with pretend guns. It's up to us to make sure they don't play with real ones. Keep yours stored locked and unloaded. Learn more at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
Hey, hon, what you doing with your phone?
Do flowers have best friends?
I don't know. Hey, look.
Whoa.
Some answers can only be found in nature. Discover the unsearchable. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a trail near you. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
We are Lions. We bring hope where it's needed. Support causes that matter. Change lives. Change communities. Change the world. Visit lionsclubs.org to learn more.
Look through your children's eyes, and you will discover the true magic of a forest.
Find a forest near you and start exploring at discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Shirley Stabe from Kingston, and I support Kingston Community Radio, and so should you.
And we're back, and thank you for being with us here at KCR, Kingston Community Radio. This upcoming portion of Kingston Community Radio is brought to you by Robert Baum Commercial Realty, located at 79 St. James Street, Kingston, New York. Visit rgbaum.com for more information. And it's going to be sunny to partly cloudy today with a high of 35. And tonight, it'll be overcast with a low of 24. Wednesday, cloudy with a high of 43. And a Wednesday night, cloudy in the evening, then off and on rain showers, a 60% chance of rain during the evening and night. And Thursday we wake up with a little bit with rain as well, with a 100% chance of rain and winter precipitation possible as well, with a high of 41. And Thursday night, Rain early, followed by a mixture of wintry precipitation late, and that's 100% chance of that. Okay, and this upcoming portion of Kingston Community Radio is brought to you by Robert Baum Commercial Realty, located at 79 St. James Street, Kingston, New York. Visit RGBAUM for more information. Now we can go back to the on-air studio with Nina Poshpak and Cameron Rylance.
And we are back. And it is time for the daily Boyce Brother Dairy Cow Pie birthday giveaway. So
we
today
have a birthday?
we do. We have one, and actually, it's a nice one. So I know this young man is going to enjoy the heck out of it.
Okay.
Because you'll see. So anyhow, today, Tuesday, February 1st, I would like to make a happy special birthday announcement. Happy 14th birthday announcement to Colin Curley from your friends and family. So hey, happy birthday, Colin.
14 years old.
Yeah, congratulations. You won a cow pie. So I'm sure at 14 you can eat the whole thing yourself, but share some with your family and I'm going to say your aunt or Mom Jen, so because she sent it in. So congratulations, Colin. Enjoy. Listeners, send in your birthday announcements. My KCR, get in the running. My birthday's coming up in a couple, 3 weeks, but unfortunately I can't win. So maybe I'll enter it under a alias.
We're going to have to watch for that. February 18th.
We'll have to watch for that, February 18th.
I know there's a whole bunch of people on February 18th.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Pete Perry. There's I think Teddy Feeney. There's a whole bunch of people.
So all birthday twins.
Yes. So send in your birthday announcements, snail mail, call them in, email. Get them in here.
Absolutely. Please, please, please.
We don't have a guest this half hour.
We don't. So it would be really nice if we had some people call in. 331-9255.
Yeah.
Ask Cameron and I any questions, whether it's about the county, whether it's about cooking, the elks.
I had meant to grab on my wall. I got it from my grandparents, my dad's parents. It's a plate. I think it's like a 150th anniversary plate. It's like the anniversaries. I think it's the 150th anniversary of the city of Kingston. This is the 200th, right? And it's like a pewter plate. It has a picture of the lighthouse on it.
Nice.
Not a soap. It's the Kingston Lighthouse.
Lighthouse.
I wanted to bring it in. So it hangs on my kitchen wall. But Nancy Nancy is calling in. I was like,
I know.
Maybe I'll try to remember. But I don't know anything about it. I'm going to ask.
Oh, you have to bring it in, though.
I want to ask if they knew anything about it because it would have been, 50 years ago. My grandfather obviously did something to
get that.
It was a fundraiser or a recognition or something.
Right.
But
it's
pretty neat.
That's great. And I know we spoke about this before, but unfortunately, I had to leave at 8:30. I have another commitment. But Taylor will speak about the exhibit that's up in the county office building commemorating the anniversary of the city of Kingston, which we just put up and encourage people to come see. And, today begins Black History Month. So we've spoken about this before, but Judge McGinty, Sarah McGinty, right? We have two Judge McGintys, but Sarah McGinty, who's our circuit court judge, has done a phenomenal job. She's worked in collaboration with our office to create this exhibit of Sojourner Truth in her courtroom that I really encourage anyone who has the opportunity to come into the building or has a free hour to make an appointment and go up to Surrogate's Court and see this phenomenal exhibit on Sojourner Truth that really depicts her whole life. I mean, it starts from here in Ulster County and what occurred and right through the years of her working for women's rights and a social activist. Just amazing. So we actually created a panel, like one panel, Cameron, like those pull-up panels, with just part of the exhibit, obviously, on that panel, which will be in the lobby of the county office building. So just to give you an introduction into the exhibit, because it is the courtroom and because she can be in session at times, you do have to make an appointment to go up and see it. But we're hoping this month with Black History Month that people will really take advantage of it. Come see the one that's in the lobby of the county office building at any time, but then take the opportunity, the phone number and contact information is right on the exhibit.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, to come and see it. So a lot happening history-wise in Ulster County right now. And I was pleasantly surprised that I was just notified I had been nominated and for the Martha Washington Women of the Year History Award, and I actually was awarded the Martha Washington.
You were awarded?
Yes.
Wow! Congratulations.
Yeah, for the Hudson Valley.
What organization sponsors this?
Yeah, so it's Washington's headquarters.
Oh wow! In
New York
Newburgh.
State Parks and Rec.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah, and so I joined a prestigious group of women who are called Marthas that have received the award over the past 20 years.
What'd you call me? You Martha?
You're Martha now.
Wow, that's fantastic.
So
is it an
very
annual
exciting.
Award?
It's an annual award,
Wow.
and so and I have to say, truly, it's an award for our whole program because our archive staff, our deputy county clerks, everybody works so hard. Running the Person House during the summer months. What people don't understand is the Person House runs from May right through November, but there is no heat and there's no air conditioning. So they are living in 17th and 18th century conditions
whatever it is,
when they man that house. Yes.
Is this recognition? Did you get a new car? Did you get a nice plaque?
Oh my gosh!
Dinner?
Unfortunately, with COVID, of course, they're not. They
Ruins
usually do a they usually do an event, and there's a speaker, a woman who speaks on some impact that women have made in history, and there's a presentation, so forth. They're not sure this year. They may do like a taping of it and then live stream it. They're really not sure yet. So she's going to be in touch with me. It'll happen in March. So that's very exciting, and you do receive a plaque, and
Cool.
So
Awesome.
And I had to say,
you.
well, and to the our whole staff and our whole program, because we worked really hard with history, and we have such a great community here. And Cameron, right? We have Friends of Historic Kingston on every month. We have Bill Merchant on every month, and that's just the tip of the iceberg of all the organizations. Ulster County Historical Society, Huguenot Street.
Senate House,
oh my God, Senate House.
Kleiner, the Sopus Museum, and
right, just so many organizations, historical societies, and I think I have seen a huge progression because everybody said really be in their little silos and all do their own little thing, and I have to say over the past. I don't know, I've been county clerk 16 years. I would say over the past 10 to 12 years, the history community in Ulster County has really come together tremendously on so many different levels. And, of course, that's the whole success of the Person House is all these organizations that guest host throughout the summer months that allows us to stay open.
Well, I think probably that's coinciding with the realization of, tourism and agro-tourism, history tourism.
Yes.
Ecological tourism, hiking, skiing, Catskills. I think that's probably growing together. And then certainly with the ease of communication, i.e. the internet, these little organizations, it's easy to collaborate and join together and share info. So it's probably, it's going to keep going.
I agree. I agree.
Because, that's our number one industry, Ulster County, tourism. So it makes sense that is a reason, cart before the horse, perhaps. Tourism is our biggest industry because of these places are working together, or because they're here, tourism. You know what I mean?
Right.
But if everything starts working together, it'll keep building.
No, you're right. And it's amazing. We gear a lot of our activities towards school-age children, and it's amazing how much history is a family event. Our scavenger hunts, our publications, our teaching curriculum, how much parents, educators, and children all embrace history. It's really, you think a lot of times about family activities, you think more of maybe, if we were talking about skiing or swimming or going to the beach, but you'd be surprised how many families really participate in history-themed events, and all because of tourism, and you're absolutely correct.
Well, if you're a family, got kids, and you're on vacation, you got to come up with activities. And
Right.
if you don't know where you are, let's look at the community events calendar. Oh, history scavenger hunt. Those are family. They have to be there. You know what I mean? You have to
Yes,
make
family-oriented.
those events. Keep people engaged and keep them coming back and have a good experience. And
I know as a parent, and you're probably the same thing, during the summer months, I always struggled to keep my kids, activity-wise,
something,
they
yeah.
were, outside and they were active that way. But to keep their minds, with reading or doing activities that got them to think and process,
I
so
mean, I
that when
remember,
they got back to school in September, they weren't away from that for 2 months. And what a better way than through history.
Yeah. I mean, I remember every family vacation we ever went on. Go to the beach for a week. Go to the beach for a couple days, get sunburned. You go, the Whaling Museum, where you go to
Right. Yes, absolutely.
the Indian village reenactment. Or there's always some cultural thrown in, and that's what you do. If you can't go if you're on Cape Cod, you can't go to the beach. What do? You go to Chatham Village, or you go to the Whaling Museum or the National Seashore, type thing.
So, and I think we were talking about Jeopardy last week, right? And the woman that was like surpassing all the others. And I said, how did people get all that trivia in their mind? And what did you say?
Read the plaques.
In the museums,
Every
right?
museum you go to, you read the plaques.
So there you go.
That's where you get all that little background info and fun stuff. Yeah.
It's an education within itself.
Yeah. Yeah.
It truly is. So a lot of exciting things going on history-wise. And next month is Women's History Month. So, again, a real light has been shown on that history community.
Uh-oh.
Oh, they can't hear me, Dan? I don't know.
Not just the last couple seconds.
Oh, there we go.
All right, that's not a
Can't
good
cut.
thing,
Don't
right,
touch a
Karen?
cord. They can't cut your. Yeah, we don't want to lose
touch the
signal here.
cords. We don't want to do that. That's for sure. But we can hear again. And, we should talk, Cameron, a little bit about the pods that are available throughout Ulster County. So please, if you're not boosted, you're not vaccinated, take advantage of these pods. I know they're up at Sorgerty's today. I believe at the high school or one of the schools up in Sorgerty's.
Best Buy still.
Best Buy is still operating. They're up
swing.
at Phoenicia the end of the week. So it's so important, and the county is trying very diligently to really offer all services in addition to the free test kits. And I see the numbers are going down, so that is a positive.
Yep.
Free
It's
test kits are
fantastic. And
available.
I believe statistically, 80%, 4% of 18 and older in Ulster County are vaccinated. So that's a really high percentage, and that's a great thing. That's really good. The more we get vaccinated and the more we get boosted, the less and less of the virus that we'll see, hopefully, God willing. So we'll see what happens.
Yes, and we have right at City Hall, you can go to the second floor, and right at City Hall, you can go to the second floor and
clerk's office.
and go to the clerk's office and get your tests.
They haven't left. I don't know. I know they've had them for a couple of days.
Well,
it was in the Freeman I saw.
Yeah, when I went up, I picked up a couple for our family.
Oh, okay,
and I was the only one there.
Oh, cool.
So I have a feeling that they probably do have.
Yeah.
They do have tests.
Yeah, no, that's great. Very helpful to people because for a while they were scarce. The test kits, the rapid test kits.
Yep.
So yeah, and the PCR tests are still available through. Am I touching the cord again?
I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think it's.
All right, we'll try that one. Little technical difficulty here.
When in doubt, switch the mic.
We'll let Cameron speak because his mic is working. Mine
as long as
isn't.
they don't mess with the cord, it's okay.
Is that a sign from above?
Yeah, right? We're not cursing or anything. So.
No, we're not. We're not. So.
It is a call-in show, 331-9255.
Yes.
Give us a call.
And we could talk a little bit, we spoke last week about DMV, but now you can mail in your registration and it'll come right to Ulster County. So do not be afraid to use that pink envelope. I know for so many years.
Make sure it says Ulster County.
Yes,
Kingston
244 Fair Street, right? P.O. Box 1800, Kingston. And we're seeing more and more of the mail-ins coming in.
Good.
So that's a positive. And of course, we're still on appointment only, but it's working out really well. If you have difficulty making an appointment, you can call 340-3700 or 340-3040, and we'll make the appointment for you. So if you don't have access to a computer or you're having difficulty getting online or whatever the case may be, we're more than happy to make that appointment. And we really do have same-day appointments. So many times if you come into the building and you don't have an appointment, we can make your appointment same day. You might have to wait a half hour or so for your appointment, but we can make it for you. Or the next day, whatever the case may be. We have an information booth right in the lobby of the county office building.
Well, you just said waiting a half hour for an appointment. That's not so bad. In the old days, you just have to sit there for an hour.
Oh, my gosh,
So-
yes. And that's very true. And now you save a little bit of money in that meter because people used to be running out to put more money in the meter, more money in the meter because you're waiting and waiting.
Saving time and money.
Yes. Which, hey, that's a positive, right,
Unless you can
Cameron?
park on Pearl Street where there's no meters, but,
Yeah, then you have to
There's only
walk a
limited
little.
parking on Pearl Street.
Then you have to walk a little bit. So, yeah. And
whatchamacallit? Wall Street. I forget.
that's right. Something with DMV or no?
No, something about right on Wall Street. A candle shop. It's on Wall Street. No, it's right.
Oh, I love that candle shop.
It's on Front Street.
Yeah, it's on North Front Street.
Right, exactly.
Is that,
very close to the Esther's wine.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, is that? I saw Paul Rakoff uptown. Is that his?
That's
business?
his.
Because he was the candle. He owned the candle stock up in Woodstock.
That's his shop.
It is
yes.
his. Okay, because
Yes.
I saw him walking, and then the next day I saw a candle store. I'm like, whoa, wait a second.
So he's doing something really interesting. He's doing, if you want, you can contact him at the store, and he is doing a candle making and wine, with like a sip and paint, but with candle making and
yeah,
wine.
he has a lot of little courses that you can take in candle making.
Oh, that's
Yes.
cool.
I forget exactly which show he was on, but he was here last week.
Yeah, I think he was on.
Yeah,
I heard him.
He was here last week, and
I didn't catch the name, and I was like, man, I wonder if that is.
Yes.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'll tell you in a second. Let's see. Let's go back. Hill Valley Candles. Paul Rakoff, Hill Valley Candles, candle making.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
It's a cutest
Yes.
shop. If everybody gets the opportunity to go in, it really is. And he has some really unique, unique candles, and like Dan said, he does a lot of different classes, and
That's cool. That's
great
good. Good for
addition
him.
up to
Yeah,
great
good for
addition.
him.
Yeah, it was just on Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was on Friday.
Yeah, I heard some of it, but I got to work, I had to shut it off, and
Yep.
and I didn't catch his name. But then I saw it, and I saw him, and I'm like, whoa, wait a second.
It's all coming together, right? Yes.
Yes, he was with the Woodstock candle
That's
making
cool.
place.
Good.
Yeah.
I love to see new additions uptown. It just keeps growing, and more and more opportunities. Yeah,
different
diversity.
Stuff.
My heavens, if you want to learn about anything, just be uptown. If you want to learn about different kinds of clothes that you want to wear, go to
On the by Kennard.
yes.
I see it right.
Hamilton and Adams or something.
Yes,
Hamilton and Adams, yes.
Yeah.
And all those
Yeah, there's some
phenomenal,
cool stores
not to mention exactly the names, but there's that phenomenal kitchen.
Blue Cashew,
Yeah.
yeah. You could do cooking classes there.
Yeah, Blue Cashew.
Yeah.
And
of course,
there's
Bob to Totem. I mean, just like a
Bob to
wonderful
Totem.
shopping experience. Bob to
right
Totem.
there, right near Front Street, right there near
Yep.
Front Street is just amazing, with Esther Wines too, and they do workshops on various
and
kinds
stuff,
of
yeah.
various kind of whiskeys and bourbons and things like that are local, which is very cool.
There's a lot of local distilleries and.
Yes,
popping up.
absolutely,
You know,
yes.
cideries and beer, certainly there's been a lot of beer. Beer's been.
Yeah.
The craft beer movement's been 20, 30 years old in the Hudson Valley. But and certainly ciders have been. But the distillery, there's a popping up. The one in West
Yes.
Park. Oh, that's a great place. The one in West Park.
Oh, yeah. Have you been there?
Yeah, I was there.
It's on my
Kevin
list.
and Dina Gage had a little going away celebration down there before they
Oh, okay.
Retired
Yes.
or moved to Florida. Oh, great! The building itself is
I'm
awesome.
really excited to go down.
Cool view of the river. Their product is really nice.
Yes.
It's delicious. I think they have like a vodka, a whiskey, and a rye. And they have signature cocktails like a Manhattan and like very good. But it's
just a whole
great addition to the local area.
Yeah, and a great experience from everything from the building to the cocktails to the view.
A convent or a brother or a
monastery
or a
monastery,
convent. One of them. I forget which it was. But
the history of that building. Yeah.
There's Tuttle Hill. Now there's another distillery down in Accord, I believe, right? Near
yes,
near the golf place, and
there's
a bunch of them.
Towerwood's down there. Yeah. And I see that the Dutch up in Saugerties does beer pairing dinners throughout.
Oh, really?
Starting in March all the way throughout the summer months, which is interesting with different. What made me think of it with different beer, the craft beer distilleries. Arrowroot being one of them. Westkill being another one.
Cool.
Yeah.
I am not a beer snob. I drink American style Bud Light, Coors Light, American style Pilsner. I don't like the taste of hops, IPAs. I don't like
well,
craft
I think the younger generation love. My son, my daughter, her friends.
I've known Tommy Keegan since he rolled into Kingston, and supported his business forever. I brought my dart ball league there in the winter. Love the guy, love his family, the people, the place, but I never really cared for the beer. But
not ale.
They're new. No, I never did it. I drink Bud Light, like I said. But they have this new young guy brewing there. Made a Pilsner, a real Pilsner. And I guess they have only recently had the ability to do that because you have to have a certain type of chilling equipment.
Oh, that's interesting.
With Pilsner beer. It's called Taco Tuesday. It is delish. It's like I am.
There you go.
On Wednesdays, I am now looking forward to go get a beer at Keegan.
Keegan might need to change their name to Keegan's.
Yeah, there you go.
And not just be ale.
But this Taco Tuesday, it was like.
Oh, that's interesting.
Really good. Like, holy cow. I want a Taco Tuesday, not just.
So you like the Pilsners?
Now, tell me the difference between like an IPA and a Pilsner.
Well, an IPA is pale ale. They're heavy hops. A lot of hops in it, which gives them that the bitter taste, that smell, and that was a preservative. They originally put the hops in there to preserve the beer so it could last on the journey to India in the hold of a British warship. But Pilsner, it's a lighter style. It's more like. The Germans, Pilsner. So,
Pilsen,
The
Pilsen.
German brewers all came to America. Adolf Coors, Mr. Busch, Mr. Anheuser, the Pabst guys. Pabst, he was Mr. Pabst, whatever. They all started, that German style of Pilsner beer. They brewed in America, whatever. And that's what,
And there's,
Rheingold
Slovakian
and
Pilsen as
yeah.
well, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's, it's a lighter, I guess, crisper style of beer, if you will. But interestingly, like when Prohibition hit, all those brewers, they all went to Mexico. Like, so if you see Dos Equis, Sol, Corona, Pacifico, those are all like
variations
Budweiser, Pabst, those are all like American beers because those brewers all went to like Mexico. Not
That's
all of them,
interesting.
That's very interesting.
Isn't that
Thank you for that history. Yes.
Did you read that off a plaque in the museum?
I read it somewhere.
That's very interesting.
There you go.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's how all those, if you wonder why Mexican beer is just like our beers,
You know what I've discovered over the last few days is I was very interested in understanding fish farming. Seafood fish farming. I mean, like farming for food, not tropical fish. And we have no less than 5 fish farms in our surrounding areas. Rhinebeck, Red Hook, Hudson. It's amazing.
I know there's a
it's amazing.
place in Hudson and
yes.
the shrimp farm in Newburgh.
Amazing
I didn't know about
how
any
much.
other ones.
Yes.
Wow.
It's at least no less than 5.
That one up in Hudson
that
is
are
big.
doing extraordinary work.
Yeah.
When it comes to producing really, really high end,
closed loop, sustainable.
Yes, absolutely
farm.
sustainable water, everything.
Yeah,
it's just an incredible ecology that's going on indoors.
Some of the fish farms, like in the ocean and in South Asia, aren't very ecologically sound.
No, because
Exactly.
you're dealing with the indigenous
Yeah.
waters.
Yeah, and they're dumping like antibiotics into the water, and
Yeah.
it's tough. But the sustainable ones is just the future.
So that's what you should look for.
Unbelievable.
Sustainable farm raised. Is that what you
Yes.
look for?
I'm sure there's a seal.
I always,
like a
I always buy wild
certifiable-
caught.
Yeah,
Just because of
certifiable
that.
thing.
Yeah.
So cool. So, all right. Well, if you got to go, go.
Okay.
All right.
And
we'll see you next week.
Yes. Okay.
All
Thank
right,
you so
take
much.
care. Drive safe.
right.
Whatever you're doing, be safe. Be careful.
Okay.
Just go to get your
Sounds
Martha
good.
Award right now, right?
Yeah. Go get my Martha.
You're Martha. So cool. So we should be back with Nancy Shando and Taylor Brook will be our guests for our the home stretch. Take care.
So enjoy. Okay. Thank
All right,
you.
take care. And I know we'll be talking about the planned activities for the 200th anniversary of our fair city. So I believe we're at the bottom of the hour, so let's go to break.
Yep, Taylor's on, and we're going to go to the break.
Excellent.
And we'll do the break and come back with Taylor Brook.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All righty.
And you are with us here at KCR, Kingston Community Radio, AM 920 and 92.5 FM. And this last portion of Kingston Community Radio was brought to you by Robert Baum Commercial Realty, located at 79 St. James Street, Kingston, New York. Visit RGBAUM for more information. And we'll be right back after these messages.
You got me! The galaxy is safe once again.
Sometimes kids play with pretend guns. It's up to us to make sure they don't play with real ones. Keep yours stored locked and unloaded. Learn more at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
Hey, hon, what you doing with your phone?
Do flowers have best friends?
I don't know. Hey, look.
Whoa.
Some answers can only be found in nature. Discover the unsearchable. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a trail near you. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
We are Lions. We bring hope where it's needed. Support causes that matter. Change lives. Change communities. Change the world. Visit lionsclubs.org to learn more.
Look through your children's eyes, and you will discover the true magic of a forest.
Find a forest near you and start exploring at discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Hi, my name is George Post from Ulster Park, New York, and I support Kingston Community Radio, and so should you. Where else can you speak to your local representatives on the air and have your questions answered? So thank you and support KCR.
And we're back, and thank you for being with us here at KCR, Kingston Community Radio, AM 920, 92.5 FM, and streaming online at mykcr.org. KCR is a talk show, so call in 331-9255. 331-9255 is always your number. And this upcoming portion of Kingston Community Radio is brought to you by Rondout Savings Bank. Rondout Savings, always finding a location near you, and we'll be right back after. I'm sorry. Rondout Savings Bank is our sponsor for this upcoming portion of Kingston Community Radio, and let's get back to the on-air studio with Cameron Rylance and our new guests.
Good morning. You're on the air. We have Taylor and Nancy with us.
Hi, good morning. This is Nancy.
Good morning, Nancy. How are you?
Good. Happy good morning to everyone from Friends of Historic Kingston. And I think Taylor's on the line as well. Are you there, Taylor?
Hey, Nancy. Hey, Cameron. Morning, Nina.
Good morning.
Hi.
Glad to have
Good
you both on the
morning.
line. Now, Nina had to run out, so you are blessed with just me this morning. So go gentle.
Okay, so I found some interesting information about an anniversary coming up this year in 2022, and I was a little surprised at that. I wasn't looking for that information. I didn't realize I knew 1872, the two villages incorporated, but I didn't really understand when they each incorporated separately until I found this logo on one of the booklets for the anniversary celebration that they had in 1922, which was the 50th anniversary of the incorporation of Rondout and Kingston becoming one city. So maybe Taylor can tell us a little bit about that original incorporation. When did it take place, and what are we doing in 2022? I'd love to hear more about it.
See,
ready?
So right in 1872, the villages of Kingston and Rondout and Wilbur all merged to form the city of Kingston. So when I tell some folks that we're celebrating the 150th anniversary, they say, "Well, doesn't Kingston go back to the 1600s?" And while it does, the city of Kingston does not. The village of Kingston started in the 1600s, but by the 1800s, the village of Rondout was its own completely separate village, and they really started having a population explosion because of all of the industry that was coming to the Rondout, mainly because of the completion of the D&H Canal. So after the D&H Canal finished, all of that coal and other things that were transported on the canal ended up in Rondout before heading to the Hudson River and eventually down to New York City and all around the world potentially from there. So immigrants started flooding into the Rondout. They started making way more money than the village of Kingston up in the Stockade District. And by 1872, both villages were trying to do a lot of the same things in terms of city infrastructure. So starting a police force and a high school and municipal things like that. So they started having discussions about merging into a city. And now there was some controversy around this because the village of Rondout thought, sort of justifiably, that this may be called the city of Rondout. They said, we have almost twice the population of you. We make way more money. Why are we calling it the city of Kingston? So there was some back and forth for a year or so where they were trying to figure out what the city would be named, where are the wards going to be, things like that. But eventually, in 1872, March 29th was the exact day that the first charter was signed. But they merged with the village of Wilbur to form the city of Kingston that we know today. And shortly after that, they started building all of those municipal things that we still have today: the high school, the city hall, all of our fire departments, water departments. All your municipal things came out of this merger, basically.
So before the merger, they like Rondout had its own little town hall and the village, mayor or whatever, sort of Kingston, as Wilbur, or did they have their own governments? Do you know?
They had their own board of trustees, and their board of trustees met monthly, just like the city of Kingston. Yeah, they had they didn't have a mayor. They just had a board of trustees.
Okay.
But
now,
yes, they had their own separate government.
Now, two questions. What was Wiltwick then? I thought the settlement here was called Wiltwick.
The Dutch came here in the 1600s. They named it Wiltwick, but then shortly after, the British took it over from the Dutch and named it Kingston.
Okay.
So by the 1670s, it was called Kingston.
Okay. Now, was Hurley a municipality then, or was that just the hinterlands?
Oh, I think Hurley was just a village back then. The hinterlands, maybe a few miles outside of Kingston, but it was definitely separate.
But I mean, other than the stone houses out there, there wasn't much of it. Was there government out in Hurley or anything?
I'm not sure about government, but I know they did not have a church for many, many years. They kept requesting to get a church from the Netherlands, the Dutch Reformed, and they kept getting denied. So all the people from Hurley and other surrounding towns had to travel into Kingston on Sundays to attend the Dutch Reformed Church, which in those days everybody did. And so it took many years, almost 200 actually, for Hurley to get permission to have a church in the early 1800s.
Now, I had meant to bring in a pewter plate that I obtained it from my grandparents, my dad's parents, and I believe it's from 1970 to I believe it is. It's the 150th of Kingston, and it's a pewter plate, probably about 10 inches in diameter, has a picture or an engraving or whatever of the lighthouse, and the dates, 16 whatever to 1972. Is that? Do you know anything about that? Was that a commemorative thing? Was it? Do you know? Have you ever seen them?
I have never seen it. I wonder if Friends of Historic Kingston has one. I can find out. But that's got a date of 1972 on it. I think that's very interesting.
Yeah, and I know, like I said, there's no other provenance. I got it, hung on my grandparents' wall. It's hanging on my wall. But neither of you have ever seen that before?
Well, that would be the 100th anniversary. So, because Kingston and Rondout and Wilbur incorporated in 1872. So 1972 would have been the 100th. That's one of the ones I don't have a brochure of. If anybody's looking at the Friends of Historic Kingston Facebook page, I put pictures of a lot of the brochures from past celebrations. And there was one from the 1922 celebration, which was the 50th anniversary of the Incorporation of Kingston. And they had a logo on there. It wasn't quite the lighthouse. It looks like the water, and it's got the date, Wiltwick, in Kingston, 1661. It's got, Kingston was incorporated as Village 1805. Rondout was incorporated in 1849. And then they incorporated together in 1872. So that's the 50th. And then you have a plate for the 100th. So,
yeah, I'll actually, when I get home tonight, I'll send you a picture of it.
Yeah, I'd love to see it. And anytime like that, bring it into the studio because I'm watching online too, so we can see things when you put them on the live stream. But some of these other programs are so interesting, like the one for 1908. They had quite a detailed program for the 250th anniversary of the founding of the settlement, and it's got a very detailed program. 1908, they really went pretty far, including bringing first Governor George Clinton back to Kingston from Washington, D.C. Cemetery, where he had been buried. So at a big parade and fireworks at Kingston Point Park. So all the details are in this 1908 brochure. And then there's the 1922 brochure from the Incorporation celebration. And then there's a brochure souvenir booklet that I have from Friends of Historic Kingston of Kingston's tercentenary. It says 1652 to 1952 would be a 300th anniversary of the settlement. That's a very detailed book full of history and details. So I wonder if there's any plans to do a booklet for the 150th anniversary this year. Do you know anything about that?
Yeah, we are starting to plan some events for the spring. So what our main goal was from the start was really to get students involved. We feel like this anniversary is a really good opportunity to get local history into schools. So what we're doing with the schools is having a time capsule that is going to go inside of City Hall, because as we found out with the Wirt Street Bridge time capsule, burying time capsules is super difficult and largely doesn't work. Most of the time, anything you put in there is going to disintegrate. So Kingston City Schools are going to come up with their own curriculum for the students, but we are really encouraging them to have their students reflect on their years attending school through the pandemic. We feel like that's probably something that 150 years from now, students then will look back and hopefully say, wow, we're so glad we're not going through that. And it'll be a sort of an antiquated, interesting story. So the time capsule is going to go in City Hall to be opened 150 years from this year. And, hopefully it just gives students a good opportunity to really share their side of the whole pandemic and talk to students 150 years in the future. It's kind of an interesting thing that I know I didn't get to do anything like this when I was in school.
Yeah, well, just make sure you write it down where it is, because if that person ever retires, they forget where it is.
It's a good idea to keep it inside.
Yeah,
now,
151 years from now, they'll be like, oh, wow, look at this thing I just found. We're supposed to open this last year,
So,
now, what
are there other events that you can tell us about for the 150th anniversary of the Incorporation of Kingston?
The night of May 13th, we're going to have an event at City Hall. We're going to have some speakers and invite elected officials from around the city, the Common Council, all past surviving mayors. We're going to bring out some original documents. We're going to have the vault open in City Hall so you can see the time capsule before it gets sealed for 150 years. The state historian, Devin Lander, is coming down for that event. The state is really looking at Kingston for 2022 because in September there's another very exciting event happening in Kingston. The Association of Public Historians for New York State is having their annual conference in Kingston for the first time ever. So this is a 3-day conference that will happen the second week of September and will bring between 100 and 150 historians from all around the state to Kingston.
Wow.
And one of the 3 days is a big tour day. So there'll be historians traveling all around the city to learn more about it. And I couldn't believe they hadn't come here yet.
Wow.
I can't believe that either. I can't believe the historians haven't had their conference here before.
Now, are you expected to be like the MC or the host, if you will, or what's how? Who runs things? Are there symposiums? What's going on?
I'm the host historian, but the president of the Association for Public Historians will run the 3-day event, Christina Radarski, and I'm giving a lecture on the first day, about a 2-hour lecture about the history of Kingston broadly. So my job in the whole scheme of the event is to ground people into where they are and why it's important. But then, there's a request for proposals out for lectures. There's lectures going on all day, every day, except for that tour day. They'll all be streaming online and available to watch after the fact as well.
Where does this all take place?
At the Best Western.
Okay.
In Uptown.
Yeah.
And then,
will any of those lectures be open to the public, or will we just be able to live stream them? Do you know if we'll be in person, or will that matter? Maybe how COVID is doing at that time.
So it was in person, but there is a film crew that streams it, so people can watch online as well. Since this is New York's a bigger state than people imagine, Kingston's pretty centrally located, but for the folks way up north, they liked having the option to be able to stream it as well. And anyone, you can sign up if you'd like to attend in person. It is a paid-for event. It's usually about $50 for the 3 days. It's a little less if you are a registered public historian, but you don't have to be a registered public historian to attend.
I think that sounds great, and it's long overdue.
Yeah, it's kind of exciting,
I'm
actually.
very happy that's coming to Kingston, and I'll either be live streaming or attending in person, one or the other. I'm looking forward to that. And it's about time people learn the long history of Kingston. I know I attended a conference one time, a history conference where the state historian was speaking, and several years back, and he said, we almost lost the whole Dutch history to the social studies curriculum in New York State. The social studies committee was making the new curriculum, and they totally forgot about the Dutch era until at the last minute before it was voted on, somebody realized, wait a minute, we missed a whole Dutch era when Kingston was the first capital, and the New Amsterdam, and the Rensselaerwyck and Wiltwyck eras were the only 3 settlements in the whole New Netherlands. So then they had to revote and add that Dutch chapter back in. So we have to be careful with the long history of Kingston. It can be easily forgotten.
Taylor, what are the dates again for that phenomenal event?
May 13th, Friday, is the event at City Hall.
Great.
And then the September event?
I'm just pulling it up now so I get it right.
Yeah.
It is September 12th through the 14th. So it's a Monday through a Wednesday.
Oh, that's cool.
That's great.
I'm sure it'll be well published.
Oh, yes.
Am I correct?
I hope.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a fun time.
In the meantime, if anybody has any souvenirs from past events, please hang on to them like Cameron has. That's a wonderful thing to have because Kingston seems like they were always celebrating their different anniversaries and events with these brochures and parades and parties. And so this year is no exception that we'll be celebrating the 150th of the incorporation of Kingston between Rondout, Wilbur, and Kingston itself. So I look forward to anything that they release, a brochure or a history booklet. And like I said, I have pictures of some of the older booklets on Friends of Historic Kingston if you'd like to take a look at them. And you can see what the events were planned back in those days. I don't have the one from 1972, however, Cameron. I'd like to find out what they did that year.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I got a plate. That's all I know.
Good for you.
Yeah. Now, Wilbur, that was like basically the bottom of Wilbur Avenue, that area where the church is and, Billy's Brook Room and the Fitch Mansion. Was that Wilbur?
Yes,
So
that's the
Wilbur
Wilbur area.
was a relatively small hamlet, but it was really integral in the bluestone trade, which was really booming in the 1870s. So they were included in the merger.
Interesting.
So that was an actual town. That was actually a hamlet that incorporated into Kingston. That's fascinating.
Higginsville,
yeah.
right? Like Higginsville.
Yeah, it's down where the shipyards are and things like that.
Yep.
Now, Taylor, Nina
Higginsville
mentioned Nina mentioned the county building is having an exhibit of this anniversary as well. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Is it up and ready to go? Can people go in and view that without registering, or how does that work?
Up and ready to go on the second floor of the county building. We're working on the online version of it now, which will be up this month.
Oh, good.
And it walks you through the merger. There's a timeline on one wall that starts with the beginning of Kingston in the 1650s and the Dutch era, and the timeline illustrates that early on in Kingston's history, a lot of the important events were happening uptown. That downtown was a little trading port. There wasn't much going on downtown during the era right after the English took over. Mostly, once Peter Stuyvesant ordered everyone to build the stockade and move uptown, that's where all of the business, all of the government was happening, really up through the Revolutionary War. Again, it wasn't until the completion of the D&H Canal in the 1850s that Rondout really started booming as well. So the timeline is on an angle so that early on, all of the things are happening uptown, and then by the 1870s, everything's really happening downtown. You get all of your really rich Kingstonians whose names like Cornell and Kuykendall we start seeing on buildings and everywhere. And then the second wall of the exhibit is a map of Kingston from 1875 with something like 40 postcards and business advertisements from the Kingston directories with pins on the map showing where all of these things were. So it's really like a collage of business and building being happening, City Hall, for example, and the almshouse, the post office, all of those municipal buildings. And that's exciting. We actually just finished the online version of that map, and we were able to put way more of these postcards. So we have a couple hundred of these postcards on an interactive map that you can look at a map of Kingston and click on a street and see all these historic businesses and buildings that were on that street. So we're really excited to launch that probably next week.
How do you find it?
I love that. Will I be able to go upstairs and actually see the exhibit in person as well? Just by walking in, or do I have to register or anything?
No, wear a mask. It's in the hallway. So you don't have to go in any of the rooms.
Okay.
So as far as I know, it's just put your mask on and you're good to go.
Great, and thank you for putting it online as well. Nina and the whole staff of the archives in the county really deserve a lot of credit. I'm glad Nina is winning that award, the Martha Washington History Award, because you're really preserving history by putting this all online, as well as these exhibits that you have on the second floor. They're great. I always try to get up to the second floor to see all your exhibits, and I'll get up to see this one. But like you said, when you put it online, you can add a lot more to it, and it gets more interactive. So I'm looking forward to that one as well. Thank you so much for doing that.
Taylor, how do you find the online version?
Well, Ulster County Archives, we have a brand new website. There is an exhibits tab. So this will be up as our newest exhibit, but we have something like...
Nope. You cut out a little bit. Can you repeat that? You cut out a little bit.
Yeah, sure. On the Archives website, if you Google Ulster County Archives, there's an exhibits tab, and all of our past exhibits are on there as well. That's another good part about online, is that they don't go anywhere. So there's something between 6 and 8 exhibits already up. We're starting to add our previous exhibits. So the archival program got started in 2001, and the program itself has done over 50 exhibits. So we're starting to put all of those past ones online, because I'm sure even if people did see the exhibits that were done in 2004, they won't remember them now. So we're going to put them all online, have all of the content accessible and easy to get to, so that people can learn about our history really all around the world.
Oh, this is great. Thank you so much for doing all that. And then when the exhibit goes down, it's not lost forever, like so many other exhibits often are. So this is great that you can still preserve the exhibit and have it online while you move towards a new one on the second floor. I look forward to that. So it sounds like 2022 has some exciting events, and we're looking forward to those. And it seems like Kingston always has an anniversary of some type or other. So we have more anniversaries coming up, I'm sure.
Ed Ford would be extraordinarily proud of you, Taylor.
Definitely. He'd be very happy to see this Taylor helping out with the city event and also with the New York State Historian event. It's going to be great.
Join the Association of Public Historians. He said they are a great organization. You got to join. So when I joined, I said, "When are you guys coming to Kingston?" And they said, "Well, we've never come to Kingston." I said, "Why not? We're right off the thruway. We're such an easy place." So I pitched them very hard, and it being our 150th really helped that happen. So I know Ed is looking down and going to watch that event. Very happy that that's finally happening.
Oh, he'd be very proud of you that you pitched Kingston and we finally got them to come here. Thank you for that.
Sounds like a wild crowd.
And it's long overdue. I don't know how wild they are, but it's long overdue.
They're going to paint the town red that weekend.
I forgot to even mention as well, just really quick, on the night after the 13th, after the event at City Hall, or I should say the day of the 14th, we have another fun event. Kingston's vintage baseball team has their first game on May 14th. So we started a vintage baseball team that's going to be playing by 1890s rules with the nice, cool old uniforms and old lemon balls. We're joining a league that's mostly in Greene County, the Vintage Baseball Association. But that'll be something, hopefully, throughout the years here, through the spring and summer, we'll be playing about 6 games. And it'll be a real fun atmosphere. We'd like to have food trucks and things eventually and have just a little celebration of baseball and history.
Yeah,
baseball is really important in Kingston.
Where are you going to play?
We're going to play at Hutton Park.
Oh, that's cool.
They don't like to play at fields with fences.
Yeah, yeah.
They did not have fences in that era.
Yeah.
So we basically were just looking for a big empty field, and that worked out.
Well, up on top of the hill, you get that long ball, it's going to roll a long way.
Oh, I know. I grew up on Clifton Ave. I played a lot of baseball there, so
I bet.
you have a home field advantage.
Yeah, that's cool. That's fun.
Well, see, there's another point of Kingston history that we didn't know about. So it seems like Kingston has endless history that we can helping to make the public become aware of. So thank you for that, too.
Taylor, I just want to interject the fact that these programs that you're bringing into Kingston have a huge effect on the economic health of our community. A huge effect on the economic health of our community, because all these new people that are coming in are going to be going to our restaurants and going to our stores and things like that. And thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of the point too, and that's something that Mike Hine always said when I first got hired, that history tourists actually spend more money than any other type of tourist, because they're generally an older crowd. A lot of them are retired already. They like to travel. They usually stay a few days afterwards, and they go out to eat. They buy souvenirs. So
yeah, good.
That does reflect that.
Yep,
and I know I can mention from Friends of Historic Kingston that we have had more this past fall. We had more requests for private tours, I think, than almost any other year. We had people and families traveling from Utah and Oregon and Washington State, and people coming here to look for genealogy. And it's just surprising. I did many of the tours, and they were staying in town. Most of them were staying at the Best Western or just outside of Kingston.
Yeah.
And then they come into town to take the history walk and visit the Dutch Reform graveyard and talk about their genealogy. Yeah. And they make this trip as a family together. So it's very interesting that we bring people into town who had relatives born here during the Stockade era.
Yeah. So, well, folks, I hate to cut you off, but we ran out of time. So thank you very much, Taylor and Nancy. You guys were great. Good luck with everything, and thanks, listeners, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
Thank you, folks. Thank you, Nancy and Taylor, and thank you, Nina Postchapak, Cameron Rylance, and we also thank, of course, Heidi Kirshner from the YMCA. This last portion of Kingston Community Radio has been brought to you by Rondout Savings Bank. Rondout's approach to community banking puts you and the growth of your business in front of everything they do. They are a different kind of bank and would like to tell you why. So please reach out to one of their expert business bankers for an appointment and let them show you what they can do for you. Rondout Savings, always working for you in the community with branches in Kingston, West Hurley, and Hyde Park, and also online at rondoutbank.com. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. And thank you for being with us today on Kingston Community Radio, AM 920 and 92.5 FM, talk radio at its best. Inspired discussions of, by, and for the community. And again, thank you, Nina Postchapak and Cameron Rylance, for hosting today. And we welcome you to be with us on a Super Wednesday tomorrow at 7 a.m., 7 to 9 a.m., Kingston Community Radio, every weekday. And we now return you to Magic 92.5.